What up, what up, what up, what up, what up? Welcome back to yet another episode of the Untitled Talk Show. I am your host with the most. Stay tuned. We have a guest host on tonight. Oh my goodness, I'm so excited for today's show. Go ahead and fill in those seats. Get ready. Get your popcorn. Get your juice. I'm about to go grab my water right now. We're about to get this thing started in just a few. Make sure that your ass share this on all your social media platforms. I'm about to go invite people off of my Instagram right now. I'm gonna hit up people on Facebook, on Twitter, on Snapchat. You ain't even heard nobody talk about Snapchat in about 5 years. And I'm gonna go on there and I'm gonna go ahead and say what's up to the people then. I said what I said. Now make sure that you stay tuned because you do not want to miss this episode. I'll be right back. All right, y'all. Y'all know what it is. Welcome, 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 welcome. Welcome to another episode of the Untitled Talk Show. I'm your hostess with the mostest, the Danielle J, also known as Danielle Johnson of Donut Socialite, also known as one of the most enthusiastic people when it comes to social media management, marketing, productivity hacks, etc., etc. And I really thought it would be a great opportunity to use Twitch to my advantage and do what I actually love to do, which is have people talk about their experiences and so on and so forth. So we're basically taking my radio background and merging it with Twitch and saying, fuck it, we're going to just do it live and direct every single week. If you were here for the last show, thank you so much for being here. If you're new here, welcome in. I appreciate you. Welcome to the fam. Tonight we have a very special guest host, which I'll introduce in just a moment. But I wanted to go ahead and just, talk to y'all for a little bit before we go ahead and get into all of the things of the show. First and foremost, thank you to everybody who reached out to make sure that I was good. I had all 4 wisdom teeth taken out over a week ago, so I literally could not stream last week because of being unable to talk. I literally sounded like 50 Cent when he got shot 9 times, but he was still breathing. I sounded like Kanye West when he went through the wire. It was really bad. So we back. Now I'm out here talking my shit again. I feel like that's weird. How is it that me and Kanye West have like the same trajectory, right? Like he had a whole car accident that almost destroyed him. I had my 4 wisdom teeth taken out, which almost destroyed me. His car looked fucked up after his accident. My car looked fucked up after my accident because somebody attacked me. His jaw was wired shut. Mine was just shut because it didn't want to work. It's kind of weird. As much as I don't like that man, it's weird to see that we have some similarities in that nature. But we're back in full effect. I'm so happy to be able to talk my shit again. And you know how much I like to talk my shit. So if you're new to the community, welcome in. Make sure that we're connected on all the different platforms. Hit that follow button. That way you can be notified every time that I go live on this thing. If you are interested in becoming a guest on the show, make sure you shoot me a whisper or you shoot me a DM on Instagram. That way I can go ahead and check you out, see if we can get you on the show so we can talk our shit together. All right. So with all that being said, I'm super duper stoked for tonight's guest host. First and foremost, when I tell you that this man is 100 grand, he's literally solid gold. He is 100 in my book. This man is probably one of the most compassionate, empathetic, realist people that I've been able to meet in my life. And I met him on the internet. Just the most bizarre shit ever. Like, you don't normally meet good people on the internet. Let's be 100. That does not happen. The internet is a weird place for weird people doing weird shit. But, however, I will give Twitch their props when it's due. They created something called a raid. And when one of my friends who was streaming and I was in his chat raided this young man, I was stumbled upon somebody who is black excellence and greatness. And without further ado, let me go ahead and say what's up to my main man, 100 grand, Mr. XEvoAlpha.
Yo, welcome. Yo, how you feeling? How you feeling? Appreciate you having me.
Doing good, doing great. Just trying to make sure we don't have no more tech issues. Thank you for your patience. I know we're supposed to start
No
earlier,
problem.
but god damn, it's always
Yeah,
something
no
with my
problem.
setup.
Hey, I told you, I'm here. I'm here for the long haul. However long you need me, I got you.
Yo, okay, so let me tell you something. I got the headphones
What's
in
up?
because I wanted to see what it sounded like on the phone to make sure that we're good. And this shit
Yeah.
sounds great. I'm so excited. Like
Oh
this shit, like,
wow. Oh.
oh my god.
It's always cool when like you get like hype about like something working,
Oh my
especially when it comes
god.
with Twitch. I feel like you can run into just like any and everything when it comes to like one tech problems, two problems as like a creator on Twitch, especially if it's like audio, whether it be your mic or game or anything like that. So like when you get something right and it's working well, it's like, oh my goodness,
Ninja,
you
we
just
made
you
it.
love that end product, right?
How's it going? How you feeling today?
I'm good. I cannot complain. I'm good. Had work earlier, but I'm chilling right now. I got some rest. Super excited to be part of the podcast. So I'm just grateful to be here. appreciate you having me again. And yeah,
Yeah,
all the good stuff.
of course. Of course. I feel like one of the main things that I wanted to do with this show is one, get my folks on so we could just talk our talk, right? But I really
Right.
wanted to create a platform where I could spotlight dope people in my life and just dope people in general, and I feel like you're one of those people in my life that just, man, I really do admire you. I tell everybody about you all the time, offline, online, and in between lines. I'm like,
I
yo,
appreciate it. I
this man
appreciate
is
it.
like my family, and I met this man playing video games. Like, that's so wild to me.
Right. It's so crazy. It's crazy the amount of like great people like you included. Like I remember like first meeting you, it was just so just such just like a like just an honest, just cool, just 100% just connection. And to have people like you and Danger and Bear and so many others that I and Lonely and just so many other people that I've met throughout this entire journey, and to be able to not only just look at y'all as like, oh, you guys are other creators that are like going through similar experiences, but like as friends, as my fam, as people that are just driving me to be the best person I can be, whether it be in content creation, whether it be in streaming or just whatever it is that I want to do or whatever new thing I want to go for. It's just amazing to have other strong individuals and like-minded individuals like you all just understanding and going through our own paths individually, but together in the same way.
Right. Oh, for sure. Let me go ahead and hype you up real quick, though, so that anybody who's looking at this now or in the future understands why I'm so hype on you, right? So, the one thing that you'll know about Evo, number one, he plays one of the hardest freaking battle royale games on the market, and he's freaking platinum ranked, which means that he's pretty much Top Gun, right?
I'm decent. I'm decent. I'm okay. I can hold
Yo,
my
this
home.
game
I can
is
hold
so
my
hard,
own.
y'all. And I know the people who are watching this that game are gonna probably laugh at me and ridicule me later on. I don't give a damn. He plays Apex Legends, and when I first saw the game, I loved it, right? Because it was beautifully done. Like this, it's a good game as far as the graphics go, but you cannot
Mm.
see for shit. Like you can't see your enemy. You're in these terrains. They're moving hella fast, and Evo was just left, right, shoot 'em up, bang, bang, done. Right? Like that's one thing that super impressed me. The other thing that super impressed me was when I was trying my hand at it, just the mentorship was real. Like there was not any judgment. It wasn't even like mansplaining anything. It was just a real genuine like, hey, I want to, show you the ropes so that you can, get the feel of this game, and then a lot of encouragement, which I need in those type of games because I'd be ready to just throw the whole goddamn controller out the window. So that was number
Me
2.
too. Me too.
Number 3, the one thing that you may not gather from being on any gaming platform from an individual until you actually hear them speak or you sit in their chat is the amount of compassion or concern or safe space that they create in their community. And Evo has literally been able to create time and time and time and time again these safe spaces for people to exist in his community. He always allows people to have their opinions, use their voice. He's really good at moderating and pushing conversations forward. So when you have these people who would talk about things in his chat, he would be able to actually come in and like navigate these conversations in a way that is not only positive, but also allows the narrative to be something that can have a positive outcome for everybody involved, even if you have difference of opinion. And I think that's really one of the main reasons why I wanted to showcase you is because I think that's worth noting, right? I think a
Right.
lot of people don't really know that about anybody until they're able to sit in that chat, right? Until they're able to see
Hmm.
like the interactions or the conversations being had. And you have had some pretty interesting conversations pop up on your stream, I will say. What is one of the
Yeah.
most controversial or interesting things that you've talked about while you were playing video games?
Um, I think recently we were having a talk this past weekend on one of my streams about like men and how they may associate um how can I say past they can associate past traumas with with current connections and relationships. One of the examples being we were talking about how some men may associate um, a son or a boy child playing with a say I have a son 1 year old right now, but I also have a daughter who's 7, and she has like girl toys, of course. And some men may see their son who, whether it's a baby or just a small kid, but they may see their son like say grabbing a girl toy or playing with a small like girl piece, and they'll associate that with, oh, don't have my son playing with this girl toy. It might make them gay. And it's like, the fact that some men have that idea that they can sit there and connect like the simply just a small infant child playing with a girl's toy, or even just simply just grabbing at a girl's toy, not even really understanding anything that it's a girl's toy or that it goes for whatever other piece, but simply, or even at the fact that it may even be pink or something that's
Mm-hmm.
feminine, that they can look at that and associate that. And it blew my mind how, I mean, we hear about it, and for some of us we see it every single day, but it's just so crazy that we still live in a day and age where you almost, where some men think that you can almost like catch uh being gay, or it's like some kind of like literal
Like
disease
disease
that
or
somebody can
something.
like, right, like if somebody that's gay, or that identifies as any sexual orientation, that, oh, if they sneeze on you, I must get it. It just blows my mind
Yeah.
that some people still nowadays even just think like that.
Yeah. It's interesting, especially because you would think in 2022 that we would have a lot more I don't even know, like tact when it comes to those type of things. It's like back
Right.
in the 90s, before people really understood AIDS or HIV,
Hmm.
the idea was that if you touched anything somebody who had AIDS touched, now you have it. It's like the cooties, right? And there was
Right.
all these stories, horror stories about like people who were suffering in silence and people who were suffering alone because people had these accusations about how this virus spread. And that's what
Hmm.
it really reminds me of. It's like this idea that somebody can look at you, or you can be influenced in certain ways so that your sexuality is just automatically questioned. Just like how you hear a lot of rhetoric around, like, oh, don't touch my butt, it might make me gay or something. You know what I mean? Like, it's just like
Right.
a piece, your
It's
body, your autonomy over your body doesn't just automatically
it's
flip a switch to say, like, oh,
right.
you know what, that's what I like now, go ahead and put it in my butt. Like, it's not that. That's
Right.
not how it works. That's not how it works.
Yeah,
But
like, it just blows my mind, because we were just talking about it. I'm just like, I still can't believe that some people, some, well, we were mainly talking about just some people having past traumas that they're putting onto their kids, or even like the past traumas of our parents and previous generations putting it onto us even. And it just blows my mind that it's just so much trauma that is not worked through, whether it be through this generation or even the past generation, that people are implementing their ideals and ideals like that onto this new generation, and kind of putting notions and ideas like that, like,
mm,
oh, if I pick up my daughter's uh
doll,
Barbie and put
yeah.
it in her toy box, I might like Barbies. Like, it just blows my mind. I just still can't
Make it
believe
make
it. I
sense,
just still can't
right? And I
believe it.
think it's really sad
Right.
because if you're strong and wrong, your voice is basically echoed. The voice of reason isn't necessarily echoed, and that's why you see so many people have like this group think mentality of like, oh yeah, that has to be right because that's what I've heard the most
Right.
of, as opposed to like, you know what, I don't think that's how that worked. Let me go ahead and see, what's actually happening with this, and gain a deeper understanding and a compassion for a group of people
Mhm.
who go through so much shit already, they don't need you, they're not recruiting. You know what I'm saying? It's not like
Right.
the LGBTQIA plus community is out here like the army or the Marines and they're just recruiting motherfuckers. You know, it's not that type of show. So it's just
Right.
really interesting. And I think the fact that you are willing to have that type of conversation on your streams and talk about it so publicly is really good because one, I'm gonna tell you like this. In my life, I don't think I've met too many black men like you who are really just open to having conversations, right? Like, I haven't met too many of y'all in my 35 years of being on this earth. Number two,
Sure.
not to make age a factor, but for your age, I think that's super dope because you're a little bit younger than I am, and the generational gap
Yeah.
is there where
Hmm.
I know other people that are your age, and they definitely don't have some of the same points of view as far as allowing people to have their time on stage, right? So I just
Yeah.
want to give you all your flowers. Make sure that people know about you. If you're watching this
I
goddamn
appreciate it.
video, whether it's live or the replay, make sure you follow XEvoAlpha on everything. You hear me? Everything. On
I appreciate it. I
Instagram,
appreciate
on the
it.
TikTok, on Twitch, whatever. So make sure y'all following him. The other thing I want to ask you about is
Yeah.
because you are newly a boy dad, how has that
Hmm.
been?
It's definitely been an experience. It's coming from somebody who my father wasn't in my life
Mm,
growing up. It's it always blew my mind how like why like how could you not want to be in your child's
mm,
life? Because like every single day I've had friends that have kids and I have some other friends that don't have kids and they've always asked me like what's it like being a father, what's it like having a child, and I'm like um I would always say like whoever it is that you may love in your life, whether it be your friends, your significant other, your mother, your father, whoever it is, when you have a child, and like people will always use the phrase like, "Oh, I'll ride or die for my homeboy. I'll ride or die for my homegirl." When you have a child,
mm,
saying saying that you are a ride or die for your friend is nothing. But
mm.
when you have a child, like when I tell you I will literally ride or die,
Right.
it's 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 it's
It's
hard for
another
me to even
level.
explain. It's it damn near like when I hear people say it about their friend, I'm just like, okay, we'll see. But then as a parent, as a father, I'm just like, I will do anything in this world for my child,
Yeah.
anything at all,
What has been the biggest
anything that my
challenge
child
in being a girl dad?
grow that. Understanding, definitely understanding because my daughter Taylor, she has a lot of questions about everything, and whether it be something that I can explain to her, whether it's something about her body or whether it's something about being a girl or something about boys or anything like that. The questions that she may have, I can always answer. But one thing that I know she loves to do is to talk. So she'll love to tell me in detail exactly what it is she's feeling,
Mm-hmm.
exactly what it is that's bothering her, why it's bothering her, like when it happened.
Mm.
She'll describe the entire scenario and how it's affecting her in her current day. So having that patience, because sometimes as a parent you can be like, okay, whatever, like everybody has those moments like,
I'm
okay, whatever,
tired.
maybe she's just talking, but like having those moments to like really sit down and listen to her and let her get those moments of, because almost like when we talk to our friends and we have stuff going on and we just a lot of times when we're just venting, because sometimes we're not venting for a solution, or anybody, we're not always venting for a solution or for the problem to be solved. We're just venting because we just need to just let it
Get it
out because it would
out.
just
Yeah.
be right. So understanding that although she's a child and she's 7, but she also needs that. So
Mm-hmm.
that's definitely been something that always um it's so much that I'm always learning, but that's definitely been one of the things. And I wouldn't I wouldn't be anywhere I wouldn't have any understanding if it wasn't for my wife, because my wife, she goes to school for psychology. I'm blanking on her focus right now. But she goes to school for psychology, and she's been every like she's been everything. My understanding, my willingness to understand people's scenarios, people's lifestyles, people's ideals, and what they believe in, and whether it be their race, gender, sexual orientation, what they identify as, has been. I can, and I kind of, when I was talking off topic, talking about for my daughter's my wife, but I wouldn't have that understanding if it wasn't for her. So I
Hmm.
big shout out to wifey real quick. So
That's right.
but yeah, so she's been also been one of the like huge factors in me being a better parent, which has allowed me to be a better father to my daughter and my son.
Hmm. That's so dope. I mean, y'all are a dynamic duo. I feel like, yes, she's going to school for these things, which helps,
Yeah.
kind of push it along as far as like the understanding and the tools to use so
Hmm.
that you can gain the better understanding. But it does take a certain level of emotional maturity for you to even accept those tools and to use those tools in your day to day. So shout out to both
Yeah.
of y'all, because with y'all's dynamic duo, fam, y'all give me hope, okay?
It's it's definitely hope out there. It's definitely hope out there for everybody. I'm just so grateful to have somebody like that, because I mean, I've always been one that's just accepting of anybody, but to really try to, I can never like how can I say, I can never really truly understand what a person is going through when they may have a problem or whatever experiences that they're dealing with in life, but I can have understanding, and I can be that ear to listen to that person
Mm,
tell us their truth or tell us their story. And I wouldn't have that level of understanding, or even that level of understanding wouldn't mature if it wasn't for my wife and everything that she teaches me day to
mm,
day, whether it be just um addressing trauma or seeking the help that we may need, whether it be um, through therapy or just anything like that.
yeah,
And she's she's been like one of the biggest factors of like helping me to understand how necessary that therapy can be for a lot of people.
yeah,
So I wouldn't be I'm so grateful for her and just her experiences and her going through her schooling, and right now going for her masters, and
nice.
it's crazy because I see a lot of people, I guess when they see people going to college, they'll be like, oh yeah, how's college? And a student will tell you like, oh, it's going okay, I'm going for my masters, but they're not there to see those stressful nights of like
Mm.
she looking like she wants to pull her hair out, or she's
Oh.
just like, or she on the verge of like, I'm gonna just quit. And I'm just like, I'm just like there just to tell like, hey, you want this.
Right.
Ever since I've known you, you wanted this.
Yeah.
Ever since I've known you, you told me exactly what it is you want to do. You told me the school you wanted to go to. You told me who it is that you want to help. You told me what it is that you want to do on your way there, and she's literally done all of it.
Yeah.
So I'm there to hold those pieces together when I may see like a slight crack, or if she wants to crumble, I'm here to hold it all together.
Oh.
I'm not going to say she can't crumble, because we all need those times to
That's
crumble.
right.
So if she want to crumble, I'll be right here to pick up the pieces,
Oh.
and it's cool.
I'm
It's
telling you, you
cool
give
with
me
me
hope,
'cause
man. You give me hope. But on a lighter note, okay. So what was like your introduction into gaming? Like, what was some of the first games that you played that you was like, you know what? I kind of like this shit.
the first games I remember playing, I don't know if they had any like huge influence on like what interests me today, but I remember the first games that I remember playing was um it was the Michael Jackson video game for Sega. It was a Michael Jackson video game
What?
for
I
Sega.
remember
It
that.
was a lot. It was a Lion King one
Oh,
for
Lion King
Sega.
was hard as hell, boy.
Lion King was so hard. Lion King was hard as hell. And then I believe there was a Power Rangers for Sega as well. So those were the first video games I ever remember playing.
Nice.
What really got me into video games, like as a child, I'm only child, and I'm really close to my cousins. So I would get like a Game Boy Advance, and my cousins would have other handheld devices, and we would all like have like similar devices that we could like trade games.
Yeah.
So I'd play my games, and I love the escapism, or I love the original stories of them. I was a big fan of Mega Man. I believe it was Zero. Yeah, Mega Man Zero, the red. I just remember Zero because he was the red one, and the red
Yeah.
one looked so cool to me compared to the blue one. But that's besides the point. Um, I played Mega Man Zero and I loved that game. And my cousins always had other video games that they played. And I was always that person that if there was something that they couldn't do, that if there was like a boss or a level that they couldn't do, they would give it to me and I would
Yeah.
do it. Or if I couldn't do it, what we would like trade games. So I'd give them like say my Mario for my Game Boy Advance, and they would give me like say their Fantastic Four game at the
Mhm.
time, and I would either beat the level or beat the game for them, and they'd be like, "Oh, thank you," and I'm like, "No problem," and I would
Call
just
you
be like,
Evo
"Hey,
the
so you gonna
closer,
are you?"
okay?
I get I guess I just always remember like if there was a part or a level that they couldn't beat, they would just give it to me and I'd play it and I'd beat it or and that's just kind of just video games is was definitely a part of my life, but I just always loved the escapism, the way that video games can have so many just connections to people, things that we enjoy, whether it be video games based on comic book characters or anime characters, and how we can connect with other people who also have those same interests. 'Cause I remember it'd be days where back in high school, after I'd come home, do some homework, I'd link up with some of my homies. Sometimes we'd be outside. Sometimes some of my homies would come over and we play a Dragon Ball Z Fighter, and we just play that until like
Nice.
7 or until whenever somebody had to go home and rinse repeat and just be kids and stuff. So that was
Yeah.
just always my stuff that I enjoyed.
Now, did
I've
you ever
always
get
loved
into
video
like the
games.
collecting stuffs or like, Pokemon or anything like that? The cards or anything?
Um, I did when I was younger. The
Hmm.
mostly everything that I collected is currently at my grandmother's house, but I
Nice.
was big on Pokemon. I was big on Pokemon cards. Then Yu-Gi-Oh came out, and I was big on that. I was always a fan of Shonen Jump.
Hmm.
The comic book, like it was always a huge thick like Shonen Jump book magazine that had like just all sorts of mangas in there. It would have like multiple stories in there, and I would always get my mom would always get me a Shonen Jump like randomly because my mom anytime she worked or anytime she would go to a bookstore, excuse me, or go to a bookstore or go to anywhere, she would just randomly bring home like me like my favorite snack, and then just like a Shonen Jump magazine, and I'd be in there just reading. Uh, just for just reading and just looking and just like looking at the little like ads, and sometimes they come with like special toys or special cards for
Hmm.
certain mangas or for certain animes, and I just loved it. And my mom just she couldn't get over the fact that instead of with the mangas, instead of reading from left to right, you read from right
Right
to
to
left,
left.
and she
Yeah.
just could not get over that. She'd always I just remember vividly she always would mention that, and
She
like
probably
she would
like, what
describe
does
that to
my child
somebody.
have me buying? Like, what the hell?
She knew I loved it. She didn't know exactly what it was, but she knew I loved it. My mom knew a bit about anime. Like she got me into shout out to mom because she got me. She was the one that started me out on Dragon Ball Z. I'll
Nice.
say that. So my mom started me out on Dragon Ball Z. Um, she started me out on a couple things, but
So
Dragon
speaking of
Ball Z is as
anime,
far as like
right now, are you watching anything that's binge worthy or
ooh binge worthy. I've been honest because I didn't grow up like a lot of the homies and was watching Bleach, but Bleach I
yeah.
recently got into, and Bleach is so good.
It's tight.
I've been watching Bleach. Bleach has been super heavy, super heavy. I'm a sucker for an anime that has an amazing soundtrack or a score. So
Yeah.
Bleach is definitely one of those. Bleach, Attack on Titan, always.
Always.
I haven't watched the newest season in dub yet, so I think I'm gonna go back and watch the new season in dub.
Man.
And Black Clover too. It's like a lot of people will compare Black Clover to Naruto as like somebody who's like hugely separated from like the rest of the people, but like somehow becomes like the people's hero or the people's
The people's champ.
champion. And yeah, so shout out to Danger.
Right.
So yeah, that's Danger. But definitely Black Clover, Bleach, and Attack on Titan. Oh, for
Yeah, I
sure, for
think
sure.
one of the other reasons why I really gravitated towards you is because you were talking about Attack on Titan, and I was just like, yo, I love Attack on Titan. I literally make
Yes.
the face all the time because I have big old teeth. So I was just like, yo, I could be a Titan any day of the week. You feel me? Like I'm out here when I get real slim, I really be looking like a Titan. You know what I'm saying? Like
Oh
you can
my
see my
goodness.
ribs low key, and then all the muscles. All I gotta do is smile real big, and I'm
That's
a Titan.
crazy.
So.
That's crazy. I remember I love the Titan, like I guess like the normal Titans, not the special ones, but the normal ones, the way they like run. And I remember oh my goodness. It wasn't from Attack on Titan, but there was this one of the It movies like that came out recently. There was like a scene where like this grandmother was like, I guess it was like It, but she had like scurried across the breezeway, and like all you see is just like her asking somebody, "Oh, if you want some tea, baby," and then next thing you know, she go in the back. It's dark. Like somehow grandma just get fully nude, and you see her like just creeping across the screen, and I'm like
I
how?
can't.
Like she go from one end to across the other like full nude, just like scurrying, and you like at that point you realize it's the whatever they're facing. I'm just like, how, like that is just the most weirdest way to just be creepy. Like you just gonna offer tea fully dressed, go in the back and just scurry across full nude.
Scurry. The
Like
fact that you're using the word scurry is what makes it even more funny to me. Like
I, I don't even know if
scurry
I could call
across.
it a run. I was making the joke because me and my wife, I saw the trailer, and I was just dying laughing. I thought it was the funniest thing in the world. I thought it was so hilarious, and still to this day,
Yo,
I'll do it sometimes, and she'll know exactly what I'm talking about.
that's
It's
hilarious.
hilarious.
Oh my god. All right, so listen, it wouldn't
Yeah.
be Twitch fashion if we didn't play a
Hmm.
game. Are you down to
I
play
got
a
you.
game?
I'm down. I'm
Not even
definitely
on
down.
like some old Saw type shit or nothing like that.
Right.
This game is called
Hmm. Hmm. Okay. Okay. I got you. Mhm. Oh, to spice that? Right. Right.
go back to this screen. That way we can go ahead and see on an even level if somebody laughs or not. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna go ahead and let you go first
Got
because you're the
you. I got you.
guest. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to, have
So
an
I
unfair
gotta
advantage
I gotta
because
do
it's my
funny
show.
joke
You know
or a
what I'm saying?
story.
Hmm.
So I have to do a funny joke or story.
Do a joke or a story. Boom.
Um, dang. I feel like I have. See, I'm trying to think about stories now, and I literally had like a bunch of them. Um, there was this one time. I'm gonna tell a story first, and then you can do whatever after. So there was this one time I was in high school. I was a freshman in high school, and this was like when I was learning about um like like health, the body and stuff, and like STDs at the time. And there was this one day I went to Speedway, and my like me freshman, um just carefree, clueless. Went to Speedway with one of my homies who I worked with. 'Cause I worked in my high school, and got out the car. Was gonna go inside get something to drink, and there was this homeless man, and he was like, "Hey there, young blood." And I was like, "Hey, how you doing, sir?" He was like, "Do you have any like?" He was like, "Do you have any money? So I can get a hot dog?" And I'll like me being a freshman, I was like, "No, I don't, unfortunately." But I found it funny because he said, "Do you have any money to so that I can get a hot dog?" And his selling point was like, "I have AIDS. Can you like?" I guess that was like what he tried to use to like secure. I don't know if that was like the selling point. He was like, "Hey, can I get some money for a hot dog? I have AIDS." And I'm like, no, unfortunately, but yeah, I'm sorry for that. I didn't have hot dog money for him. It just blew my mind. I feel like that wasn't funny now. I'm talking about it. It was just so bizarre. It was just a bizarre thing. No, no, okay. All right. Okay.
I will say I'm gonna laugh
Okay.
at you after the story. It's because you know what it is. I feel like you was trying to find the funny in it, but you were telling the story in a way
It
that
was just
didn't
so weird.
have a punchline. So it was like,
Yeah.
you,
Okay, I got one. I got one. I
all
got
right,
one.
cool. Let me go
All
ahead and let
right.
me go ahead and hit you with the joke.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
I got you.
Go
I got
ahead.
you. You ready?
Yeah.
All right. Why did the golfer wear two pairs of pants?
Why?
In case he got a hole in one. No?
I mean, I get
Wow.
it. I get it. I get it. I get it. Oh, I got one off the dome. I ain't even had to go. I ain't even got to go to Google for it. I got one off the dome. Tell me when you're ready.
I'm
Tell me
ready.
when
Go
you're ready.
ahead. We both losing
You
right now,
ready?
by the way. But go ahead.
What's a cow? You ready? You ready?
Yes.
What's a cow's favorite drink?
I don't know.
Hmm?
What is it?
I'm sorry. A smoothie. That's that's gold. What do you mean? That's killing it with the 7-year-old audience. What do you mean?
With the
That's
7-year-old
comedy gold.
audience.
That's comedy gold.
He said with the 7-year-old audience.
That's comedy gold. They don't even remember the rest of the joke. They just remember smoothie. My daughter uses that all the time. What do you mean?
All right, I got one.
Go for it. Go for
Here we go. Here we go.
it.
Why did Karen press Control Shift Delete?
Why?
Because she wanted to see the task manager.
I'm kind of there. I'm kind of there. I'm kind of there.
No, the Karen.
I'm kind of there.
Karen wanted to see the
I'm kind of
manager.
there.
No.
I mean,
All right, man. Whatever. Go ahead. Say your joke. Whatever.
um, hmm. 1 second. I gotta see now. I want to go to my notes. When I was trying to do stuff
Off
just off the
top.
top of the dome.
By the way, this is hilarious because we both so like, nah.
All right. I got one. I got one. What does a baby computer call his father?
A baby computer?
Yeah, what does a baby computer calls its father? Data. No. I see. I'd give it. It's light. It's light. It's light.
No, that was
It's
good. That was
light. It's
good.
light.
I got
It's dad jokes.
a somewhat long one for you. Ready?
Mhm.
All right. John is driving down the highway when he spots his friend Steve standing in the middle of a huge field of grass. He pulls the
Mhm.
car over to the side of the road and notices that Steve is just standing there, doing nothing, looking at nothing. John gets out the car, walks all the way out to Steve, and asks him, "Yo, what are you doing?" Steve says, "I'm trying to win a Nobel Prize." John's like, "How?" Steve responds, "Well, I heard they give the Nobel Prize to people who are outstanding in their field." Uh, uh?
That's a good one. That's a good one. That's a good one. I give it to you. That's a good one. That's a good one. That's a good one.
I have a feeling whoever's gonna
That's a
watch the
really good
replay of
one.
this is just gonna be like this the entire time. Like, what is wrong with y'all?
I feel like we laughing. I feel like we just laughing more at like. uh,
The
oh, that's funny.
ridiculousness, not even the jokes.
Right.
Just, all right, yo, go, yo, go. You know what I'm saying? We got two more.
All right. All right. If April showers brings May flowers, what do May flowers bring?
June tunes.
Pilgrims. Pilgrims.
Say it again.
Pilgrims.
What?
Yeah. Yeah, pilgrims. What do you mean? Like the Mayflower brought pilgrims? You know, like
You got that point. You got that. All right. All right. All right.
see now I want to see now I want to see. Now that makes me you saying Juneteenth makes me like I wonder if they're like I'm pretty sure you can find some on Google. I wonder if it's like Juneteenth jokes.
Oh, I didn't even think about that.
Ooh,
I don't know if I would be okay with a Juneteenth joke though, because they all
you're
gonna
right.
be
Now,
like,
I said that, I'm like, it's just like that. Did you ever see that like tub of ice cream they had? That tub of that Juneteenth flavor ice cream they had at Walmart that they
yo,
like immediately pulled off the shelves.
immediately.
That immediately it didn't even hit the floors.
Yeah, I feel like that would
It was like
be
yeah,
how the Juneteenth jokes would go. They would just be that
yeah,
bad. Like you had to pull them off the internet that
right,
fast.
right.
All right, here we go.
You upload.
Why is Peter Pan always flying?
Why?
He never lands. Oh boy, give it to me! I see you. I see you smiling.
I give it to you. 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 That was a good one. That was a good one. That was definitely a good one. Uh,
Yes.
that was a good one. That was a good one.
All right, go ahead. Go ahead. We got one more.
All right, I got one more. All right. Singing in the shower is always fun until you get soap in your mouth. Then it's a soap opera. Uh, uh, no. Okay. Get it? Like
Give that
soap
one to you.
opera. Like, damn. All right, that's cool. That's cool. That's cool.
I think it's.
I don't need jokes. I don't
I'm
need
sorry,
jokes.
Evo. All right, let's see. I got you. I got you. This is my last one. I got you. Why don't ants get sick?
Why don't ants get sick?
Mm-hmm.
Why?
Because they have antibodies. Oh.
Nah. If that felt more science related. I thought it was gonna be like I didn't know I didn't know what was coming. That felt more science related. That felt like that felt like
Because the thorax.
I felt,
Oh.
I don't know. I don't know. Mm.
That's funny. Well, thank you for
I'm
playing.
trying to.
You
I
laugh, you
appreciate no
lose.
problem.
I actually lost, so congratulations. I
Yeah,
have for
I
you
appreciate it.
one AA battery that's super alkaline. It says so. I'll go ahead and send
That's
this your
super.
way. You
I
know,
appreciate that.
in
I
your
appreciate
in your
that. I
care
will.
package that I still need to send out to you. By the time I get it to you, the
I,
child
appre-
will be 7 years old. I'm so sorry,
I
but
I will be expecting, if not anything, then at least I will be expecting the alkaline battery.
yeah, just the
Trust me.
one, the off-brand.
I want the singular. I want the alkaline battery at the top of. If you send it in a
Just
box, I want it literally at the top in the center.
everything else is in
I
the bag.
want it
It's just
directly in
like
the center.
right on the top.
I want if like what if anything else accumulates in said box, I want to be sure that alkaline battery is there front and center.
Precious cargo, okay? AC
Front and
Delco,
center.
okay? That's
Front
your
and center.
prize.
Even if somehow you come up with a second alkaline battery, I still only want the one.
The one. That's it. The second one, that's overkill. Come on now.
Just the one. Just the one. I'm holding just to it.
Well, listen, Evo, I'm so glad that you had the time to spend here on the show tonight. I'm so grateful for you, and I'm really excited for everything that you have going on and all the different endeavors that you're picking up and just everything. I'm just really excited for you, and I'm so appreciative for all the help that you've
Appreciate it.
given me in my streaming career and just
What do you mean?
being my
I
friend.
appreciate
You
all the
know,
help you do.
I'm
No
goofy as
problem.
hell,
What do you
and you're still
mean?
my friend.
I
So
appreciate.
thank you.
I, hey, I appreciate all the help you give me from just like I still remember like when I like first met you and like you like showing me like stuff like analytics and checking my insights and being just understanding that there's more to creating content than just what I'm posting, but like times a day and like just different stuff like that. But then like understand like getting to know you as a person and seeing how great you are, how just honest you are, truthful you are, just such a caring, compassionate friend, not even just to like me, but to like everybody. Like you're there for so many people. You're inspiring to so many people. You create this platform that showcases not even just this platform, but this platform that not only brings people together, but that like cultivates like being a creator, and it's something that can inspire others to do the same thing or to do something different. And I'm just grateful for you to. I'm just grateful that I know you. I'm grateful to see your journey. I'm grateful that I'm grateful for you. So I appreciate you so much, and thank you again for having me.
Of
I'm
course.
eternally grateful.
I mean, if you're gonna be giving out compliments like that, you can come on every week. I'm just saying.
It's true. It's true. You can whenever you need me. When you asked me, I said I got you. Tuesday, say less. I was like,
You said Tuesday, like
I
Tuesday.
was,
All right, I'm.
I was like, all right. So I go to work 5 a.m. Tuesday, but I get off at 1. So you need me like Monday night or like Tuesday night. I was like, whatever you need me, I got you. Say less.
Oh,
Say less. It didn't matter if I even had work. I would have still made it. I would have still made it.
oh, thank you
Still
so
would have
much,
made it. I
Evo.
got you.
It
Thank
means a
you. I
lot.
appreciate you.
Well, I'm gonna go ahead and send you off with the see you later, adios, my friend.
No problem. No problem. I appreciate you so much for having me again. Thank
We'll
you.
talk soon.
I got you. Got you.
Peace. Oh man, y'all. I'm so happy that I was able to showcase Evo because he's just one of those people that you come across in your life a handful of times. And if you haven't already, make sure that you are following him on Twitch. It's XEvoAlpha. Super dope individual. Like I said earlier in the interview, just compassionate and creates safe spaces and just a really good human being overall, man. And I'm just really happy that I've been able to be a part of his life. He's been a part of mine, and it all came from somebody rating his channel. So it's one of those things where you don't know who you're gonna meet in this crazy internet world, but I'm so grateful for the people that I've been able to connect with and build deeper bonds with, because man, some phenomenal people, phenomenally. Thank you to everybody who watched the show live. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you, tech gods, wherever you are, for allowing us to figure out this sound shit. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I don't know who I need to be thanking, but thank you. I'm trying new stuff out, y'all. We're trying to figure out a few different technical aspects of this, but in the meantime, in the between time, I'll be back on Thursday. So I'll see you all on Thursday. I'll be playing some video games, talking my shit, and just being, And if you're watching the replay of this, thank you for showing up and watching the replay. That also matters so much in this streaming world. So you are also the MVPs. Make sure that you share this content if you enjoyed it. If you're interested in being a guest on the show, hit me up via Whisper or DM on Instagram, and we'll go ahead and see if we can coordinate it and make it happen. I'm super stoked about what's to come. I'm working on a whole bunch of shit. On YouTube, I'm dropping videos every week, so make sure you're subscribed over there. And yeah, that's about it. That's all I got. Buddy's trying to get up here, so I'll let him say goodnight to y'all. Yeah, there he is, the little fuzz cuz. What's up? Yeah, I think he's hungry. So I'm gonna go ahead and get him taken care of, because this is my boss. And I will see you all on Thursday. Be safe, be well, be good, and I love you all. I'll see you next time. Bye.